What's up, guys? So I recently got a message from a former Division I wrestler. Guy's a stud wrestler, and he's feeling a little bit down because he's been doing Jiu-Jitsu and he's not seeing the results that he'd like. He's actually finding himself, getting taken down himself more, and honestly not performing up to his Division I or collegiate wrestling standard. But here's the full message. I'll call him Bob, but he says, "Hey man, I know you probably get a lot of DMs, but I want to pick your ear for some advice. So I wrestled in high school and in college. Now I'm doing BJJ, but can't seem to enjoy it at the moment. My wrestling has been which is worrisome since I wrestled in college. And overall, I've just been a nervous wreck whenever I work standing, super hard on myself, and just can't get anywhere mentally or physically. Was hoping you could share some wisdom in order to break through that wall that's keeping me from learning and growing in all areas. I just can't seem to figure out how to kill the weakness." Well, Bob, you came to the right person, because I actually experienced something very similar when I first started doing jiu-jitsu. It wasn't necessarily that I wasn't feeling good at wrestling, it's just that I wasn't feeling good at grappling overall. I came from a NAI wrestling room where I was easily the best kid in the room. I was still getting challenged and pushed and stuff, but that was expected. Versus I come to jiu-jitsu, everyone has this weirdly high praise for wrestlers when they come to jiu-jitsu, and they put these extremely high standards on us. And this is just a great example because I know Bob here is feeling it. When you're a regular guy off the street and you come to jiu-jitsu, there's no standards set, okay? They don't expect you to place at Worlds. They don't expect you to train for ADCC. They don't expect you to compete at all these big tournaments as a white belt. Now, say you're a Division I wrestler or a college wrestler in general, like me or Bob here. The second you come into the room, no matter what your jiu-jitsu experience is, they're like, "Oh, he's the wrestler. Oh, he's going to be really great. He's going to be kicking butt in practice. He's going to be the hard round in practice. He's going to be the guy going to ADCC trials every year. He's going to be the guy winning blue belt worlds as a white belt. He's going to be the guy doing this. He's going to be the guy doing that. He's athletic. He's this, he's that." It's a weird standard that wrestlers get because we are grapplers, even though our two sports are completely different and almost have zero carryover besides the takedown game. Which even then is very, very different. And so lots of guys like Bob here do struggle with this thing as they go to their jiu-jitsu room and they're feeling really, really good. And then they meet a guy who's also pretty decent at wrestling. Or they meet a couple jiu-jitsu guys who have been around wrestlers all their life in jiu-jitsu, and they're way harder to take down than you think. And this can be a problem. And here's what I say the problem is. The problem is wrestlers are given this crazy expectation when we come in, and then stuff like this happens and it can be extremely discouraging. So Bob, for you, here's what I would say. You're getting taken down in a jiu-jitsu practice against guys who did not wrestle Division I. That is not insignificant. I get it. But think about it like this. When we wrestled in college, and I'm sure you weren't perfect because I know I wasn't perfect, our partners who were a lot worse than us, most likely, there's always at least one or two, they took us down. Now, it may not be often, but they took us down. And when they took us down, were you really mad about it? Maybe. I mean, of course you're competitive, but were you mad about it? No. You know why? Because you expected to, or at least you hope to expect that you're in a room where you're going to get challenged and it's going to force you to grow. Well, it's the same thing when you go to these jiu-jitsu practices and maybe you get taken down, or maybe you get swept or submitted from your takedowns. Yeah, you might be the best wrestler, but it doesn't mean you have to be on every time. In fact, it probably isn't the best room for you if you're always on, if you're always winning. So I think the best thing you can do, and I can't really tell you what to do, but I think the best thing you can do is kind of reframe your mind and say, you know what, good. I'm not winning every practice round. I'm not getting all the takedowns. I'm actually in a room where other guys are taking me down, even though I'm a former Division I wrestler. That's fine. This is good. That means I can make some adjustments. Okay, maybe I need to work on my angles more. Maybe I need to start pulling guards so I can start to learn how to wrestle up and take these guys down that I'm having trouble taking down. Maybe I should go lift or do some more cardio, or maybe I should watch some more wrestling film. Maybe I'm a little rusty. These are questions, or these are things that can happen as a result of you losing in practice. It's like your ability to grow. If you're winning, it's like if this is the scale here, like if you're always winning in practice, maybe you're growing like this in a year, like a little bit. But if you're losing, if you're being forced to make adjustments, if you're being forced to ask those questions to yourself, like how can I prevent X from happening because of this guy or this thing, if you're asking yourself and you take action on those things, boom, here's your potential. You started here, you're here. So yeah, you're a Division I wrestler who's pretty dang good and you're getting taken down in the jiu-jitsu room. Matter of fact, good freaking job. You chose the right gym. You're so lucky. This is great. That's the way I would look at it. That's what I would do. And I wouldn't be discouraged because I get it. As a former athlete, especially a former wrestler, we always feel the need to be on. But you're not always on. And a lot of times you're going to have bad days. And your bad days may be more than your good days. And that's okay. But that doesn't really define you. Practice doesn't define you. Even the competitions don't define you. Just keep going. Keep training. Keep making adjustments. Keep getting better and helping others out. And I think you'll be okay. I know that was a big ramble, but I hope that helps. Kill the weakness, guys. I'll see you later.